These are super simple little things you can use to fix up all your headworms. Let's do it, and let's do it yesterday. Every hole starts from the tee, and thanks to Peter Finch for the term in-play tee shot. When we hit a shot off the tee, it's not as far as we can, blast it, smash it. It's just to get the ball in play. If you think about the tee shot like that, in play, in position to allow a second shot, it frees everything up and you solve 95% of your problems on the tee. So you take a club that's going to get you in play. First hole of the day, I'm going to take my driver because it's the biggest face, and I'm going to try hit my little fader that I can hit when I'm not warm and when I haven't played in a while. Let's just get this ball in play. With the ball in play, we move to the approach shot. The thing that solves 95% of your problems on approach shots is just thinking about what can I do 8 out of 10 times from here to set up another stress-free shot I can do 8 out of 10 times from where it stops. So if you can leave yourself shots after your approach shots that are stress-free that you have in the bag, 95% of your problem solved. My target here is always the opening on the left-hand side of the green there, because I can chip it up the entire part of the green. If I leave it short right and I have to pitch it over a bunker toward water, now we have a bit of a problem. So always assess where's the best place to be and then get to that position to give yourself an easier next shot. This is something that gets overlooked because people are always told just bash it, or they automatically pull the longest club in their bag and try get it on the green. What stress-free shot can I hit 8 out of 10 times from here, leaving me another stress-free shot I can do 8 out of 10 times where the ball finishes? I'm going to go a little left of this pin because it's the first hole of the day, and leave myself a beautiful chip if I do not catch it all. A bonus tip is using a rangefinder on your approach shots. This is the Red Tiger, and I know what you're thinking, oh, it's another ad. You're damn right it's an ad, because this is the fine rangefinder right here. It's got a magnet on the side, it's got continuous scanning mode, it has pin lock, it has distance measuring with slope and without slope. It uses meters and yards. It's charged with a USB-C type charger, so you don't have to keep buying batteries. I haven't even charged this thing since I received it out of the box, and I've been using it for about a year now. Absolutely brilliant. When it comes to pitching though, to solve 95% of your problems is to learn something very basic, and it's actually Charlie Chaplin chipping or pitching. So you stand with your feet slightly together and then toes apart, and you learn to rotate. Just doing these short chips, 10-yard chips. You want to get your titties to the target and you want to rotate. You don't want to look like this. You can film yourself from the side like this and see how you look, because I could never get pitching right. It was always inconsistent distances. I could never get a ball to land 35 yards to 40 yards every time because I was flipping everything. What you can do then to solve 95% of the pitching problems is to use one swing that you develop, and I like to call it the Dave Peltz 9 o'clock swing. Your arms at 9 o'clock and your shafts at 90 degrees. You cannot generate any more power than you can when you get to this position on a pitch shot. So if you do this over and over and you just change the loft of your club, you're actually going to get different distances, and they're going to be very, very consistent. You just do this at the range like a whole bucket on one club, grooving one distance with your one club. So a 52 degree will go a certain distance, 56 a certain distance, and pitching wedge another distance. When it comes to chipping, there's only one phrase you need to get rid of 95% of your problems. Go high, you're gonna cry. Keep it low, get the dirty hose. And what I mean by that, when we stand here with a 60 degree and we have this inconsistent chipping technique and we have an inconsistent spin on the ball because it's a very specialized club, you just leave yourself sometimes great chips, sometimes you thin it across the green, sometimes you chunk it, sometimes you can't get the distance control properly done. So what I like to do is go lower loft. We have some rules we can use. You know, a 50-50 land and roll out, you can use a pitching wedge. Let's say 1/3, 2/3 roll out, you could use an 8-iron. 1/4 landing, 3/4 roll out, you could use a 6-iron. The 6-8-10 system, the horatio system, I'll show the video for you on the screen right here now. So we're going to take the 8-iron here and find a landing spot about 1/3 of the way. And then you'll find that the ball just rolls out nicely, consistently, and you're going to get the ball a lot closer. This is going to solve 95% of your problems, because most people's problem is they're using completely the wrong club around the greens because they don't know you've got to keep it low to get the dirty hose. In a greenside bunker, to solve 95% of your problems, remember, you slap the sole of your club into the sand an inch behind the ball. That's what we're doing, sole slapper. Always remember, you're a sole slapper. We don't make contact with that ball. We are sole slapping. You can do all the setup from everybody's video. Watch Lee Trevino, for example, he's very good. And you slap that sole into the sand, and it comes out by excavating the sand, and the ball flies out without touching the club face. And the best way to practice this is to get to a bunker or a practice bunker near your course or whatever, and just practice slapping the bottom of the sole into the sand and skimming it through the sand. Stop chipping, stop getting boo-boo jibbies about the sand, stop falling back, get that set up right, sole slapper. Oh, in the hole, I can't believe I just hold that. Yeah, so upslope, easy shot, right? Of course it's easier. You take the rough with the smooth. Upslope, what you're gonna notice, the ball comes out nice and high and soft. You're hitting it up the slope. So you're giving it a bit more loft, and you can actually go a little harder at it. When we're on a flat lie like this, it's still the same concept. It's just that the ball might come out a bit lower, maybe roll out a bit more, depending on your strike. Same thing, slap the sole into the sand. And that's absolutely money ski. When it comes to putting, you can solve 95% of your problems with something very, very simple that will get poo-pooed by the golf gurus because they see everything in black and white. This drill trains this, and then that's not enough, so you need to do something else because this is not... Man, the 1 foot putt may be one of the most valuable drills you can do because it gets you hitting the ball into the back of the jar, hearing that sound very, very often, and eventually you start to see a line, and that helps you to start a golf ball on a line. The most important part of your putt on any putt is really the first foot. If you can't start it on line in the first foot on a 30-footer and you miss it by, I don't know, 1 degree, 1.5 degrees to the right or left with your putter face, you ain't making any putts. So the 1 foot putt is one of the most valuable for your strike, for your envisioning a line, for the sound of the ball hitting the bottom of the cup, and the discipline to stand and do it for 100 makes in a row. If you can do 100 1-footers in a row, tell me that your brain's not functioning slightly higher after that. When it comes to longer putts, the pace of the putt is the most important part of a putt, because once you develop pace and you can actually get the ball to the hole with the right speed, your brain is a physics calculator. It will then see the line appropriate for the pace you're putting on the ball, which turns you into a machine, a super putter. But if you keep hitting the ball long and short and long and then way short, your brain can never calibrate to be able to give you the correct line. If you're going to go way long, your brain's going to give you less line, because it's going to think, well, if I hit it that hard, I've got to hit with less break so that it actually touches the hole. If you hit it too soft, you're going to take more break. Calibrate the speed. Calibrate the speed. Once you get the speed, you actually get a better line. It's not just about stopping the ball closer to the hole. It's about your brain giving you a better line. So when you stand here and you assess the putt, you're not looking like way right because you're going to hit it so soft. See how much more break it takes? And you're not looking only on the edge of the hole because you're booming it so hard. Now when we do that, we can't make putts, we can't stop it near the hole. There's many drills online to learn speed control. Look them up, but focus on the speed of your putt. Slowly, by just focusing on speed, the other things fall into place. This is the miracle of practice in golf. It knocks on to many, many things. Don't let these dunderheads who think it focuses on one thing talk you out of stuff. You do something, it's going to knock on into some other part of your game. I like to practice these on my prime putt putting mat at home. They're like 15, 16 feet long. You can really get good at stopping the ball short of the backboard, which gives you much better speed control. They roll at like 9 or 10 on the stimp, and that's absolutely money. Absolutely stinky winky.